There you go. Alrighty then. Here goes more. Doorway to nowhere. Wow, Jesus, are we getting all the like super highly rated ones now? Because like, it's been a while since we had like over the thousands, and now we got two. One was 2,000 too as well. That's rare. Keter, I said it correctly this time. Presumed neutralized. Presumed. Do not. Foundation. Do not presume stuff. You need to know. Your job is to know! Outpost 54 has been built on land surrounding SCP-1983 and disguised as a chemical plant. The plant building serves as barracks for MTF Chai 13 choir boys. All entry points into Outpost 54 are to be guarded at all times. Personnel will review document 1983-12, which details the cover story to be given to any civilians expressing curiosity. All MTF personnel must profess strong religious belief per Chai 13 protocols. All ammunition stocked must have a silver or silver-tipped projectile. Are we hunting werewolves? Yo, Zeno, welcome back. A 24-hour watch is to be maintained on the front door of -1. Guards are to engage any instance of -2 on site. No personnel is to approach within 5 meters of -1 outside of scheduled testing protocol. Update following the event. Yeah, I'm already. Yeah. Following the event, 1983-23, a stand down of Outpost 54 has been authorized. A skeleton crew will remain to monitor SCP-1983 for any further activity. Arms intended for use against instances of -2 are to be maintained at Outpost 54 Armory. Well, no, A2 was short. You think about A1. We already this is the 4th one of today. You missed an entire SCP in between. Also, explain to me how you don't think the Ronald Reagan one is anomalous, because it makes a lot of sense to me why it's anomalous. I'm curious what your opinion is on it. So please tell me while I keep reading A3. -1 is a one-story farmhouse in County, Wyoming. It was abandoned in 1968 after a series of ritual murders allegedly performed by a satanic cult. Great. That's already a good start. Please see capture logs for SCP for further details. The front door of -1 when opened appears to contain a spatial anomaly. Neither matter nor light has been observed to exit the doorway. Save for instances of -2, though the anomaly is exothermic. -1 is accessible through other entrances, including windows, the back door, and entrance cut into the back of -1. However, the front room does not appear to exist inside of -1. The front room. Okay, so you cannot enter it from the... I mean, it does say doorway to nowhere is the title of this one, so it makes sense that the front room probably doesn't have a door. Which reminds me of the Greylock analog story where like the door vanishes after a while and then comes back. Doors that should lead to the front room instead lead to the other doors inside the building. Oh, okay. Measurements of the inside and outside of -1 are inconsistent. Holes cut through the interior walls of -1 that should lead to the front room lead instead to the outside wall around the front of -1, but stop 3 meters on the other side of the doorway. Attempts to drill into the front room of -1 from the outside have led to the exposure of smaller portions of the anomaly, though instances of -2 have been observed. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy, sorry. Exit them. Further attempts to breach the wall have been forbidden by 053. 05-3. Due to the possibility of allowing increased potential for instances of -2 to appear. -2 are bipedal creatures approximately 1.8 meters tall. They are vaguely humanoid and entirely black in color. They are highly aggressive and will engage any human on sight. When an instance of -2 comes into contact with a human, they extend an upper limb into the human's chest cavity without any apparent damage to skin or tissue. Through unknown means that they then extract the heart, killing the human. Once it has acquired a human heart, the instance of -2 will return to -1. Ugh. Okay, let me because it's just a tape of Reagan being cut up and talking about cannibalism and stuff. Okay, so but are you aware that the way he gets killed is different every single time, and he also predicts the future in each tape, and at the end there was one instance of an unknown creature that, like, Reagan is not in the tape at all, but some unknown, like, ghostly figure says, "I see you," at the end of the tape. Like, the entire tape, there's nothing except the creature just staring at you, and then it just says, "I see you," and then it cuts to black. Were you aware of that? Because that is a... Oh well, blame SCP explain, not me. Yeah, because, like, in the SCP it explains that Reagan's speech is different every time, and the way he dies is different every time too. Like, there was one where he got, like, cut open from the back, like, almost like very, like, Mortal Kombat wise, like his spine got cut, like, got pulled out of his body. Other times where, like, his neck gets, like, severely lacerated until, like, it's dangling from his down and only held by a couple strands of muscle. And again, his speech is always different. It's always like something incoherent, but it also drops information that he was not supposed to know at that time, like 9/11 or 2008 election and so on and so forth. And the reason why it's so popular is because, first of all, it's a good scare. It's a good. The Empire is very scary because of the whole, like, black entity that looks humanoid, but, like, it's, like, very Mandela catalog, like, stretched out a little bit. The eyes are, like, up here. That just says, "I see you," and then never shows up ever again. And the second why it's popular, I think it's more popular now because of the analog horror trend that's going on with Mandela catalog, Greylock, other stuff, Backrooms. I think that a lot of people over time, when we're like, "Oh, I really like this. Is there anything similar to that?" And probably people in the SCP community is like, "Yeah, there's an SCP that's actually exactly like that." The idea of an old tape, which a lot of, like, analog stories have that filter of, like, something that's, like, from like the 80s and 90s, but it's like it has something that's not supposed to be ever happening in it, plus that creature at the end. I can see why it's popular. Okay, now we have creatures that exist in a room that you cannot enter. Okay. Silver munition fired while offering prey is the only known method of killing -2. Also, I can't blame you. You didn't do your research. Yes, I can. The precise form of the prayer. You're the type of person that walked out the first 10 minutes of the movie and were like, "This movie is not for me. I don't get it." And then, like, the rest of the movie was like absolutely fantastic. The precise form of the prayer or religion of the supplicant does not appear to matter, so long as the prayer is sincere. Once killed, the bodies of -2 appear to disintegrate, leaving a small layer of sulfur. SCP-1983 was discovered after a series of mysterious deaths in the vicinity of County. Foundation investigators encountered instances of -2 and were able to trace them back to -1. -1, a team from MTF's Chai 13 was sent through the front doorway to attempt to investigate the anomaly. They did not return, however, shortly after they entered. The front door appeared, closing in the frame. No further manifestations of -2 appeared. So, okay, if the front door ever is available, then don't go through it, because you will definitely not exist anymore. And then 2, a second assault team entered -1 to determine the fate of the first assault team. They did not return. Foundation. Why do you do this sometimes? Why do you do this? The door did not close. Shortly after new manifestation of -2 appeared, Agent Morris entered the doorway, which closed shortly after. Addendum 3. On May 23rd, 1989, D14134 was given a closed-circuit camera tethered to a monitor by a 25-meter cord. He was instructed to examine as much of the area as he could, and then attempt to return. Once through the doorway, feed from the camera was interrupted. The cord was pulled, taut, and then snapped. Several hours afterward, the anomaly in -1 disappeared. Inside, the desiccated remains of several agents were discovered, as well as document 15, an informal SCP report written by an agent within the anomaly. It appears as follows. Yes, yeah, maybe I'll stop watching content farms. I mean, that's up to you at the end. Like, because at the end, like maybe like if that's what you're comfortable watching. I mean, content farming is like it's rough for me to say because technically that's what I'm doing with reading all the SCPs because I'm all I'm doing is reading them. I'm reading a lot of them and then uploading it on a daily basis. But I'm not adding anything extra to it. I'm just me reading this stuff. And a bunch of people have already done it. Like a bunch of people have read like the most famous or the underrated SCPs already, and I'm just following their footsteps. But there is a lot of content farming out there that I do not agree with. So, but what you watch is up to you at the end. Now, honestly, look at the newest videos. It's literally SCP-1431 dating or some shit. Actually, I actually don't watch that many SCP videos myself now that I think about it. Item pending, object class, Keter, God help you. Special containment procedures. You're going to die, you poor dumb fuck. This isn't a threat. I'm Agent Barkley. I'm in the middle of this goddamn thing, and I'm telling you, if you're here, you're going to die. And probably already dead. Let's out of the way. Let's get to the containment procedures. There's really only one. Close the shut that door! Close the goddamn door. You aren't going to get back through there. You probably already tried. But we know they can get out. If they try hard enough. That's how we found this fucking place. Hopefully you already done that. I know we did. Once we gave up on getting out through there. If you didn't, then go straight back and get that door closed. That's your only priority right now. You're going to die anyway. Might as well do some good before you're gone. Description. So, here's a story. Tell me if you heard it before. The Foundation gets reports of trouble in bumfuck USA. Cattle and wildlife are dying mysteriously. Some people turn up missing. When the body shows up, autopsy finds the heart missing. Not cut out, not torn out, just gone. Empty space in the middle of the chest. They find some sort of pitch black things floating around. Some brain at the Foundation has seen something like them before, figures out how to kill them. Silver bullet and pray to God as you fire. Literally. For some reason that makes it work. Doesn't matter which God, but you damn well better mean it. I can't anymore. Not after seeing the nest. Oh, he cannot believe in God or pray to God. And anyway, Foundation figures out where it's all coming from. Some house in the middle of bumfuck. No one's lived there in years, not since yada yada murder cult rituals bullshit. The main thing is, these things keep appearing out of the front door. A team goes in and they never come back out. But then again, neither do the monsters. A sane person would say, good enough. Keep an eye on it, kill anything that moves. But it's the Foundation. Love that the agent is giving, is sassing the Foundation out for all the thing that is at fault with them. That I have been saying over the years as well. It's like, man, it would be so easy if you just did it like this, but no. You're a tough agent from MTF, whatever the fuck. Maybe secure Nos, maybe choir boys like me. You go bust down the door and run inside and that's it. You're fucked. The living room was bad enough. That's where they got the O'Brien, they reached in, and suddenly he keeled over. One of them took off of his heart in its claws, I guess. They're less distinct here. You probably noticed that. They're like shadows. Stay away from the light. I know that sounds stupid, but think about it. The light shadows are stronger. They have edges. When it's dark, they're indistinct. They can hardly touch you. They don't see very well. I think they see by your shadow. I don't know. I'm just pulling at straws here, I'll be honest. You've probably tried going back out the door, but if you haven't, don't. It leads to some place even worse. There aren't any monsters, but Jones went too far from the house, and I swear to God, he started to melt. Things started popping out of him, and all you need to know is he didn't make it back. That's when we closed the door. So God, this is a long one. So we started moving through the house. We kept to the light at first before we wised up. Three of us gone that way. But we got a pretty good picture of our surroundings. This place, it's big. It's just not a farmhouse. It's like they stole bits and pieces of a lot of places and stuck them all together. There's some bits that look like an apartment, some that look like a shopping mall, and even what I swear is a closet from my old high school. Some patterns on the tiles and everything. There's also bits that are made out of Stuff. It's black, like the shadow things, and it's mostly in the well-lit places. If the lights go out, you can stick your hand through. I don't recommend it. That's how we lost Taurus. Something grabbed him and pulled him through. The hole wasn't big enough for his head, but he still went through. Eventually. So stay away from the light places, but watch your step when it's dark. Of course, there's no way out. We figured that out too. Any door you find, it either just leads to another room in the nut house, or it leads out there. And it's pretty obvious we can't live there. So it's wait until you starve to death or one of those things get you. Great bunch of choice, huh? Kept you waiting, huh? There's one thing you can do. I couldn't go through with it, but maybe you can. It won't help you live, I don't think, but I think it's important. I'm pretty sure something's going to have. I'm pretty sure someone's going to have to. All these things are going to get out eventually. This place is stolen from lots of places, so I'm thinking there have to be other doors. We've closed all other ones we found, but what if they get open again, and the Foundation doesn't find them in time? Hell, they don't even know about closing the doors. I'm just hoping they figure out that if someone goes in, the things might stop getting out, and that's assuming everyone's smart enough to close the door after they come in. So, I think I figured out a way to stop these things. It's a nest. Ooh, what are you gonna do? I only saw it once for a few minutes. We followed one of the bastards after it got Denning's heart and took it into a room that I guess is in the middle of this whole place. It's all black stuff, and it dragged in every kind of light they could find, I guess. Lamps, flashlight, candles, you name it. Some of them were carrying more in it as we watched. Anyway, at the middle there's a big pile of hearts. Just tossing the heap and torn open every one. They threw Denning's heart on the pile, and it started to beat, and then pulse, and then thrash around. Then it tore open and one of those things pulled itself out. Oh, so each shadow creature is one of the hearts from the... So, I wonder if the shadow creatures represent or resemble the person that the hearts got taken out from. It shook itself, started to grow, and then went right to work. The gross thing is that, torn apart as they were, the hearts kept beating. Ooh, that's ooh, damn! I swear I felt a twinge in my own chest. There were shadows in the place. I don't mean the monsters. I mean real shadows of people. Only there was no one there to cast them. They were coming from the hearts. A new one appeared at the same time as the hatching monster and started trying to pull away, but it couldn't. That was when I ran. I couldn't take it, you understand? I wasn't trained for this kind of shit. I heard the others behind me. I don't know if they were trying to stop me or if the bastards had spotted us. But we got separated. I found a nice dark closet and I've been hiding here since. I've been riding by pen light. I turn it off whenever I hear one of them getting close. It's worked so far. I love this. It's such a good description of the place. Like, you're just in darkness. There are creatures that you can't clearly, like, maybe hear, and you know it's around you, but you don't know where because it's all dark. But they also don't know where you are. So you just have to like slowly walk through everything. The fact that the creatures are also the people's hearts that just got bursted open like an egg. That's so cool. I can't go any further. I got a few shots left in my gun, but I can't pray anymore. Not and mean it. Yeah, that makes sense. After everything you saw, you were pretty like shooken up. And after I saw the nest, exactly. After seeing the nest, maybe if you didn't see the nest, you might have been able to do it. But if you found this, you got to be an Asian too. Maybe you're stronger than I was. If you can, go in and destroy the nest. Destroy every last heart. If you do, maybe it'll kill them. It's the only thing I can't think of. You'll probably die doing it, but you did anyway. So that makes sense why he said like you did anyway, because inside not safe. Trying to go back outside, you die instantly. Yeah, it's like you're screwed. So might as well try to stop the whole thing. So did somebody do it? Because it does say Keta presumed neutralized on top. So what's it matter to you now it happens? Me? I'm going to try and get this report back to the living room, which I hope is where you found it. Then I'm going to make sure that they can't use my heart to make another one of these things. Oh, he shot himself in the heart. Good luck. Morituri de Solutent. Oh, let's see what that means. Translation. They who are about to die salute you. Oh, that's cold. Oh, here's my favorite unnecessary long SCP. Oh my god, just say he fucking killed the anomaly. Oh my, that's not the point of the story, Xeno. Then that's not the point. Do you have like a short attention span? Is that it? Because like whenever an SCP goes a little bit over 15 minutes, you always get bored. SCP-1983 is presumed to have been neutralized by D1413. Oh, I hate this number again. Yes, I do. Well, you're in the wrong business. Who was posthumously awarded the Foundation Star. One of only 2 awarded to Class D personnel. I hate long shit. Well, that's a shame. But some of the SCPs will be long. Due to the information contained in document 15, it is believed that the anomaly was not localized, as previously believed, and renewed resources have gone into attempting to locate similar incidents. So we have a Mr. Parker here. Mr. Parker, don't look so surprised. You have known to this day what's going to come eventually. One of your fellow boarders was kind enough to let me in. They won't be disturbing us, so please sit down. Let me make sure I have the right Jackson Parker. 55 years old, born in inner city Detroit, multiple tours in Vietnam. Sentenced to death row for killing a police officer. Date of execution May 19, 1979. Now a professional waiter at one of New York City's finest bistros. And anyone ever tell you to look like Ernie? You look like Ernie Hudson. You know, the black Ghostbuster. If you need to explain who Ernie Hudson by saying, you know, the black Ghostbuster, then god damn it. Maybe I'm just thinking of him because the sequel's coming out in a couple of weeks. Whatever. Forget it. Just like I can't read novels because they have no pictures. Ooh, that hurts me. That hurts me to see that. One thing they don't have in your file is your... I mean, that's also the reason why, like... You probably don't know much of... Like, you always get, like, sidetracked during my streams as well. That explains all of it. One thing they don't have in your file is your unshakable faith. You believe in a way that so few others do. Everything happens for a reason. I might feel the same way if I was one of the rare D-classes who have escaped termination. I have to say, you certainly earned this little life you made for yourself here. I saw the footage and pictures from after the event. I don't know if you ever had it fully explained to you what happened there. We learned that the creature you decommissioned was responsive to the beliefs of its viewers. One of our guys must have got into his head that the thing was going to kill everybody, and because he thought that it did. Until it got to you, of course. I know your exit survey was a little while ago, so to refresh your memory, the way you phrased it had to do with falling back on your faith. You showed in the face of this blood-drenched monstrosity unwavering belief that you would make it out there alive, and because you believed it was true. Oh? Listen, I'm sorry about what happened to you. You used to be so callous. Hell, it was to the point of being stupid. There may or may not be a thing that killed you if you blinked in the same room as it. So far as we can tell, this thing also shifts all over the place. Almost every time we send some guys in to clean up its mess, snap, the life's over, just like that. We just built a robot that can do the cleaning a couple of years ago. It sickens me to think about all the men who never came out of that room, all because we didn't think of them as human. Just a letter and numbers. But what we need you for, it can't be done by a machine. Look, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. There's something remarkable about the human heart, don't you agree? I like this. This is such an interesting little, like, lore build right here. No matter how much we want to give up or say no to life, the heart still beats. That's all I know how to do. It keeps on beating. Yes, 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 yes. It's admirable. Something so resolute in its work. And I know how you work, Mr. Parker. You know, I'm here for a reason. And I think you know you're meant to do something that will save lots of lives. If you do this for us, if you do this for me, we'll do everything in our power to make sure you get whatever you want for the rest of your days. I think I can tell what the expression means. And let me know when you're ready to go. D14134. Okay, I love this SCP. This is next to the Ronald Reagan, which with Ronald Reagan, it's such a good analog horror story. But this one is so good because we have like, oh, there's one room that shadow creatures come out and they pull your heart out and you can't enter it in a normal way. The doorway is usually not always there, but sometimes it does appear, and if you walk through it, you're in this like pitch black room, and if you create light, then they get stronger because that's how they grow. Of course, that's how shadows like grow and like actually exist. So I love that we got the agent writing everything down for somebody to like do the job for him, because he clearly was not able to do it. He was, at the end, Zeno was wrong. The agent did not kill the nest because he died. He died trying. He absolutely did die, because like he did say he has no faith anymore in God, which is what you need to survive in that room. That's why D14134, that story, that little side bit, was so cool, because like he's like they emphasize on the heart, which is the thing that these SCPs want. Well, it's cool now, but it's not alive anymore. Yeah, I mean, Howard, hey, welcome. No, that's not good. But I love Doorway to Nowhere. I think that is great. I love that we got to read the agent's story, even though Zeno is saying whatever he's saying. Everybody watching this video, ignore what he's saying. He's just impatient. This is a very good one. Because not only do we get the foundation side of like, oh, this is what you gotta do, this is how we deal with it, but we also get the agent side, was like the foundations are fucking idiots, and now all of us are dying because they just sent us in here. And I just love. I'm always down for extra pages that gives us lore about the SCP. It's not just like what the Foundation does with it. It's also like what other people experience with it. Like how that one human that teleports around. He had a very long experiment log, but I loved his experiment log because he got teleported to like the same horrific place at least 3 times, and you as a viewer understand how terrifying it is to be teleported there. But then he also got teleported to like other places that are really crazy and random. So it builds on the SCP, even if it's terminated at the end or neutralized. It's just a cool like world building. Sorry I haven't been able to make it here late, and my real life is kicking my ass. I mean, to be fair, Howard, like, it's also like super early for you, and thanks to daylight saving times, it's not easier. It made it harder for you. This is a great analysis to put on stuff. Thank you. I just think Doorway to Nowhere is really good. I understand why it's so highly rated, and at the end with Zeno, like Zeno has his own preferences, and that's if he doesn't like neutralized SCPs, that's fair. He's like, oh, it's the same idea of like everything was a dream. So I get where he's coming from. I get where they're coming from. It's just that I really enjoy it because I think it adds more to the world. It's not just Foundation does this and that's all you get to know. It's just that we get to know about the SCP in a different way. It's not just tests and stuff like that. It's like from somebody's perspective, like, hey, the shit that happens in here is fucked up. And I'm always down for that. I'm always down for some, like, an agent or a D-class trying to explain what they saw, or extra pages that just build on it. Of course, granted, there are some SCPs that do extra pages to build on it and it does not work out. That is fair. That is fair. There are some explanations that are very long. And at the end, you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm not anywhere different from the beginning till now. But Doorway to Nowhere, excellent one. I think Doorway to Nowhere is a really good one to recommend. After for somebody who has read a couple SCPs already and be like, hey, here's a really good one. Read this one. I'm making Shrek an SCP. I mean, we need to prove an SCP, a joke one, so you can make that. I'm writing my own too, but shit's time consuming. My sandbox is a mess. I mean, take your time, bro. Once you make your own one, tell me which number it is, so once we get to it, I'll make sure to like shout you out.